to another varsity Overwatch game tonight. Yesterday we had a 3-0 sweep against Purdue. Tonight we are up against RPI. And so this is going to be the 5th week of the NECC. I'm very excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yesterday was fantastic.
That was very entertaining yesterday. If you guys didn't see it, the VOD is up on the YouTube channel. So that's me and Elsa over there casting again. So take a look at how GCU stepped up their game from the past weeks. Going into tonight, we do have the map pool.
We do have the map pool. So we are going to be starting off with Lijiang Tower, and then we will be going into, I forget the second map. The second map is, take a quick gander here.
We know the third map is Dorado.
It's Kings Row. We have Lijiang Tower, Kings Row, Dorado, and then I believe we have New Queen Street, and then we have Oasis, and then Nepal.
Yes.
So that is our overall map pool for tonight. It's going to be very interesting.
Oh my gosh. So obviously things to take, a look at. What we saw yesterday was great Reaper play from Twinkerbell, great Boma play with Zarya, and honestly, just great plays all around from the GCU team.
The ultimate synergies were amazing. And then there was even some incredible plays on both Midtown and Watchpoint Gibraltar, where the teams ended up switching sides mid-round. It was so funny to watch. Where essentially, if GCU had started on, I believe it was the attacking round on Midtown, and then they turned it from where they were attacking to suddenly defending, and then pushed on to Purdue, and then Purdue tried to do the opposite effect on Watchpoint Gibraltar, where they also tried to do the attack and then defend route.
Yeah. Because they were playing the monkey. They were playing my guy Winston at the early attack right there.
And they tried to come up behind GCU while they were on the defense and push them down onto the grants, where essentially GCU had to push on the attacking side.
Yeah,
it's very fascinating. It was the first time I had seen that ever in any collegiate play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been here since the very first Overwatch game for NECC, and this has just been... It was mind-blowing to see just how much the team had changed and what strategies they were using, and overall just I'm expecting some incredible stuff tonight.
I honestly don't. I am going into tonight with high expectations for GCU, coming off a really, really well played night last night. Again, if you didn't watch that, I actually recommend going and watching that, because just the gameplay itself is so high IQ. And oh my god, just the plays, obviously the flanks that, I'm shouting Twinkerbell out again. Some of the best Reaper gameplay I've seen in the collegiate league.
And Boma's Graviton surges. All in all, the ults were used very well, and especially Synecdoche with the classic Sojourn gameplay as well. There were some lovely characters that we always see each game, but then we also got to see some different plays this time around.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, we saw a different couple of characters. I believe we did see, so obviously on Midtown we saw Monkey start off the attack for Purdue, and then it switched quickly into a Zarya, So I'm thinking, obviously the different maps, different compositions come along with those different map changes, but I don't think much is going to change. We talked a little bit yesterday about the lineup roster, the roster that the varsity team will come into tonight for GCU. I think it's going to stay the same. They had a lot of good team plays yesterday that I don't know. Obviously, Coach Justin, super high IQ, super skilled, great coach, knows his players the best that they do. Maybe certain players play better on different maps and stuff like that. So
Justin's been here since the foundation of the esports program here. So he's been through it all, been able to run through all sorts of different rosters, been able to progress with Overwatch as it changes throughout the years. And right now it looks like they've got a very good comp going. It's just the big question is, will it be able to pull off again against RPI tonight?
Oh, I hope so. Because, as GCU fellow students and
we all would
of the community.
We all are praying here that GCU gets this win. And let's see. So the composition they ran yesterday, they had Zarya, Reaper, Sojourn, Kiriko, and then I believe Lucio.
I think it was Lucio, yeah. So
this
seeing
is
that's not
very
a problem.
interesting. Like the supports themselves didn't really change too much, but the DPS getting a change from the Genji to the Reaper, very interesting switch, which actually paid off extraordinarily
because
well.
we noted yesterday also, I mentioned how I started playing Genji a little bit. The buff is coming, or sorry, the nerf is coming
Yeah,
to Genji.
Genji's
And
gonna get
so,
the fattest nerf.
yeah, maybe Tinkerbell's thinking, hey, I know I'm a Genji main. Can I maybe switch it up right now, play a little more into the Reaper, and just Reaper overall generally is just a really good character to play because it just does so much damage to these tanks. Those shotgun shells do so much damage when they're attacking,
Oh
and
yeah.
it also is passive healing as well. And so using that kind of like small combination of his abilities is just lethal if you can like master Reaper. So
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah.
critical shots are usually your best way to go for Reaper, either that or getting full blown body shots.
Yeah.
But um, Reaper is also a great counter to a lot of the bigger tanks like Winston and sometimes Diva. Diva's kind of like a toss up, like a 50-50, because she does also have her defense matrix, which I've done it myself a dozen times where I'm playing Diva and I wait for the Reaper to come in and Death Blossom, and then I just throw up defense matrix
Yeah.
and block all of it.
And like nothing happens.
Yeah.
So that's like, so yeah, obviously the counters for Reaper, long range characters, but he has that shadow that he goes into and gets out of things easily. He's just, I'd say, if I had to give Reaper a ranking, like a 9 out of 10 of a character to
Oh
play.
yeah, I think Reaper hasn't really had to go through a lot of balance changes just because he's pretty good where he's at.
Yeah, and things, I'm trying to think, who counters Reaper? Who counter, like, does May counter Reaper?
I think Ana's a counter for
Yeah.
sure because of those sleep darts.
Yeah.
I think May could be considered a
Yeah.
counter. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Obviously, kind of like long range characters too.
I think maybe Zarya if you like.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you can like use Zarya's bubbles at the right time and just like take some of that incoming
Yeah,
damage
but you
from
can't
an
block
opposing
every
Reaper.
one of those bubbles. Lucio definitely with the sound barriers. If you hit that sound barrier like right as he death blossoms
You're
or
gonna
like a
save.
second beforehand,
Yeah.
completely negated.
Yeah, saving basically the entire team.
That was something we actually saw yesterday, I
Yeah.
think, where both Purdue and GCU pulled off sound barriers that prevented the death blossoms from going through, and then they had to go in and push hard enough to really deal enough damage to win the fight.
Yeah. Man, I'm just like, I'm getting yesterday my heart was pumping when we were watching these games. I can already feel it right now starting to like beat up because it's just like,
Oh
I'm
man,
so
we
excited.
were practically jumping out of our seats last night. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I was trying not to scream into the mic because I was like, yes, let's go. We got it. Oh man.
Yes. So GCU obviously getting their first win in the NECC league. Slow start for them, but they're picking it up. They're doing better. We saw it yesterday, but I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. What are you excited to see? Do we see like maybe a different play of the game? Like I want to see a support.
I don't know. Tinkerbell's been popping off really hard. I think it's gonna be a hard like competition between Tinkerbell and Cynic Doge here tonight. In terms of like the overall NECC tournament, our current standings, I think it's really important to emphasize that, and I think we've mentioned this in previous streams before, is that this is the top league for the NECC. So we are looking at teams that aren't just collegiate, but also potential contenders opponents as well. So like these people could go on to go pro in Overwatch League, and it's very highly competitive compared to other tiers of the NECC. And so it's to be expected that there's going to be some very hard opponents, and so being able to get a win is always awesome.
It's gonna be and I think.
But even getting this far is something to really be proud of.
It's an achievement in itself, what we could say. Just obviously reaching this league it's a difficult thing to do, and GCU is showing that last night they showed it. They're like, hey, we're in this for a reason.
Oh yeah.
3-0 sweep. They got Midtown, they got Ilios, and they got.
Yeah, which I think this was like. I was trying to remember on previous broadcasts, but it's hard to keep track of everything sometimes. I think in terms of sweeps, I think that was one of the few sweeps we've actually seen. Most of the time, games kind of get pretty close, but this time, Purdue hadn't even gotten like 1 point above GCU at any point on those maps.
Yeah.
So seeing that killer sweep, like it gives me a lot of hope that like we're gonna shine real bright in these last few games leading up to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and I don't know where we're starting first on Lijiang Tower. I don't. Is it Control Center on Lijiang Tower?
I mean the maps are kind of randomized. I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure, but I mean we have Gardens, we have Night Market, and then we have Control Center.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, we'll
usually
see.
I think starting points tend to be either Night Market or Gardens. Usually Gardens.
Yeah,
I think that's what I've experienced most of the time is they start you off in Gardens, then maybe
yeah.
you go Control Tower and then Night Market or Night Market then Control Tower.
Yeah, I was playing a little bit last night with a couple of buddies of mine. Played a little bit of Pharah, played a little bit of Genji, a little bit of Reaper. Tinkerbell, if you're watching this, I definitely took inspiration off of your gameplay yesterday and tried to play Reaper. It didn't go as well as it was going for you,
Oh yeah,
but
Reaper's a lot harder than he
yeah,
looks.
yeah, because maybe it's just my aim. Maybe I'm just not good, but I still enjoy, even though I probably don't get the ultimate, the blossom, the death blossom as much as you do. I still like to, get it and just hop in there and see if I can get. I did get a four-piece on.
Nice.
I did get a four-piece on Lijiang Tower actually. So we hopefully maybe we'll see a little something like that tonight as well.
One of my proudest play of the games was I was playing Lucio on Lijiang, and surprisingly enough, this play was on Control Center.
Oh yeah.
I had used the sound wave and like knocked back a Winston right after he jumped and a Sojourn off the map, like
Oh my
off that little
gosh.
side balcony that's right outside the Control
Yeah,
Center.
yeah,
I like skated around and just went bing, and then you just see the Sojourn and Winston just fall off the map, and I
yeah.
thought the Winston was gonna jump back up, but I didn't realize he had already jumped,
Yeah.
and so you just see him just tragically fall to his death.
Oh, that's great. We talked about this before we started. I asked you what character you would play if Lucio, your main, got removed. May right now out of the game, my main, unfortunately, because of, the issue with her wall. Who you told me who you'd play. Let him know who you would play
Ooh.
if Lucio needed a little bit of a buff, nerf, or something like that.
I mean, I would probably, if it's a support, I would probably pick Moira or Ana, because those are the two characters I've been really practicing.
Hmm.
But if I had to go off of support completely, I would probably do Junker Queen or Diva for tank, and then for
Nice.
DPS probably Soldier. I started working on Ashe, but I don't know how comfortable I feel maining her though.
She's tough. Ash is tough. I
Oh
think
yeah.
like a lot of the sniper characters we see in this game, those are like high skilled like level players. Like maybe
Like at least
sometime,
I can
yeah.
get some shots in with Ashe, but
Hmm.
like if I tried to play Widowmaker, forget about it.
It's kind of like same thing goes for me. My Ash and my Widowmaker, like I play Widowmaker kind of a little bit more than I play Ash, but it's like, oh man, I hate saying this, but it's like 1 out of 10 shots. Maybe
Yeah.
you're gonna land on the
I,
head. I'll hit a couple of body shots with Widow, but it's still just like Widow, you need to be like so good with Widow to make her like viable in
Hers is like
competitive
super
play.
precise. Like
Yeah.
Ashe, I feel like she has like her her chance of hitting someone is a little bit greater even when you're
Yeah.
aiming down sights. Like it's not as precise as
Yeah.
Widow.
I
Like
think it's like the
it gives a little bit
hitboxes
of margin for
change.
error,
Yeah,
you
the
know?
hitboxes change for the other characters, but we did get word. We're almost in game.
Oh
We're
yeah.
we're s- we're, we're
We're getting
almost
the lobby
ready.
set up right
Yeah,
now,
and
and
I'm.
so
Ugh.
get ready for map 1,
Yeah, it's my.
Lijiang Tower.
Excuse me.
Oh
Yeah.
man. The cold weather's starting
Yeah,
to
it's chilly in
yeah,
Arizona
it's
right
starting to
now.
freeze over Arizona right now. I'm
Yeah.
not prepared for that weather.
Yeah. So, Christmas time. Christmas time's around the corner. I'm not forgetting about you Thanksgiving. Don't worry. I'm not forgetting about you. I love
Wasn't even
Thanksgiving.
man, even when it was Halloween, like it wasn't even Halloween yet. I walked into Walmart and they already had Christmas like a Christmas aisle
It's just
set
like,
up.
I
I
don't
was
know
like, how do
why
you
they do
already
that.
have Christmas? We're not even at Halloween and we're not even close to Thanksgiving,
I
and you
think
already have a Christmas aisle.
Yeah, I think so. I have 3 years of experience in Target retail industry, so like I
I
know
am
kind of
so
like the
sorry.
it was, I actually had a good time. I had a lot of good coworkers I worked with,
I
but
feel like you're one of the few that actually enjoyed working in retail.
I like working with people. Customer service is kind of my thing. But I do know that they put out these decorations a little bit early because, people are always like scavenging for these things. Like people are coming in like again like before Halloween, and like I remember they would ask me, "Do you guys have Christmas stuff out yet?" I'm like, No, we don't have Christmas stuff out. It's a week before Halloween. It will be out after Halloween, and if it isn't, then you know what? It's okay. You're gonna be okay. There are many other Targets around in our area that you can go and get Christmas stuff from. But then again, that goes for kind of like all the retail stores.
Oh yeah.
But just overall in general, I am excited for Christmas. But I am not forgetting Thanksgiving. Good time, spend with the family, say grace, have some turkey. You know what I like? What's your favorite Thanksgiving meal? Or like not meal,
Oh.
but like you go to Thanksgiving dinner, what's the one thing you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to eat blank."
There's Okay, so there's two things that I really like eating on Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
the first one, my mom makes a mean green bean casserole. That stuff's
Ooh,
so good. Like the
okay.
green bean casserole with like the fried onions on top and stuff.
Oh, I
That's
have not had that.
so good.
Interesting.
And then pumpkin pie, obviously.
Obviously, pumpkin pie is
Pumpkin
a
pie is like
classic.
the staple of
It is.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I think if I had to choose my meal, or not my meal, but cheesy potatoes. Grandma makes these
Oh,
nice,
nice.
nasty cheesy potatoes. Oh my gosh, I love those.
Are they like the
It's
grits where it's
like,
like the small like cut up like the small slices of like
no,
the
it's like,
potato
oh, sorry,
or
pardon. It's like mashed potatoes, but it's like kind of like
Oh.
cheese is like melted into it a little bit.
Oh, that
I don't
sounds
know.
so
I don't even know
good.
how it's, I don't even know how it's made, but it's so good. Obviously, like cranberry and stuff like that, turkey, Caesar salad, classic, kind of a staple in my family.
That honestly sounds so good, and now you're making me hungry.
Oh my gosh, I was just gonna say that. I kind of am just like, hey guys, all right, we'll see you another time. No, I'm just kidding. But we just like, oh man, anybody bring me a salad right now? Anybody bring me maybe some Chick-fil-A, maybe some Cane's? Shout out to Cane's and Rockstar.
Oh yeah, powered by Rockstar
Hmm.
and sponsored by Cane's.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite kind of Rockstar, favorite flavor?
Recently I've been I got addicted to the mango ones.
Oh, okay. I
So
haven't had the mango one yet.
because I was like trying to experiment. I was like, what kind of flavor do I know that I'm okay with experimenting with? And so like it was my first time trying a Rockstar.
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
even try the original one first. I
Oh
was like,
wow.
I'm just gonna go in and like pick one of these, and I was like, okay, mango. You can't go wrong with mango, right? So I grabbed one and then I tried it. It was actually on one of my broadcast shifts.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, let's go for it. And it
Yeah.
actually was really good.
I think mango is kind of just like a solid flavor you can choose for anything. Like personally, I love mango sorbet and stuff like that, and
Ooh.
just like kind of. Oh man, we're talking more about food. Oh my gosh, this is just bad. I'm just you're gonna hear my stomach growl through the mic right now. It's just like, oh. But personally, the original Rockstar kind of holds me over for a good amount of time. But I have to try your mango flavor.
Yeah,
Do we have that
yeah,
here? We do.
that's how I tried it. It was like,
All right, good to know.
we
I'm just kidding.
yeah, we have like a fridge that's like this big fridge full of drinks at the esports
Yeah.
facility that you can just take a drink and buy it, and then most of them they're resealable, so you can just bring it in with you to the facility. But like
Mhm.
Rockstars, you can't have it at the PCs, so I
Yeah.
had to like drink it outside and stuff, and before I brought it into work. So I was like, I'll try Rockstar because I needed like a little pick me up,
Mhm.
and they didn't have any coffee left in the fridge, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a Rockstar and tried a mango one, and
It
it's
just worked
honestly
out.
that's one of my favorites because I've
Just
tried
worked
the
out.
mango, the apple, and then I tried
Yeah.
like a small sip of the original one
Mhm.
because we jokingly did like Rockstar shots where we all just poured like Rockstars in like these small little cups and then just like
Yeah.
down the hatch.
That was funny. I remember that. That was good.
Yeah, that was funny.
I think I am gonna have to probably after this probably go get a mango Rockstar. You've inspired me. I want a mango Rockstar
I've
now.
sold it to you.
You've sold it. You're a
Glad to see my
salesman.
business classes pay off.
Yeah. But a little bit about the GCU esports community here. It's so welcoming.
It
It's so
is.
great. Just being a part of like the team that we have. It's so just like it's so wholesome. It's such a great word for I'd say it's just so wholesome. And tonight obviously we have Overwatch. Tomorrow I are we streaming Firefox? Are we on for Firefox tomorrow?
I think we do stream.
I think we are.
Oh, wait. I don't think we do this week.
Kenzie in the production room, are we on Firefox for tomorrow? We'll find out. We'll let you guys know if Firefox is live
We
tomorrow.
usually do have Firefox every Friday, but depending on holidays, we might not.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Yes, and thank you to
No
all of the
classes,
veterans.
and yes, proud, like very big thank you for those of you who
Mhm.
are in our armed forces.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm actually. Do you have any plans for the long weekend?
Me and the lady, we're celebrating 13 months, so we're going out.
Oh, congratulations.
We're going to see a movie. The new Black Panther is out.
Oh,
Are you a Marvel
nice.
person?
I've kind of been on and off with Marvel lately.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm so oversaturated with
Yeah.
stuff. There's just so much, and I feel like I don't have enough time.
Yeah. Personally, myself, huge Marvel geek, huge fan of the Marvel series, the MCU, that whole world. So,
You guys want to go see the new Black Panther?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go see the new
I
Black
definitely
Panther.
do want to see that. The last movie I'd watched was Multiverse of Madness.
That was a good one. I
It
like
was a
that
good one.
So we're going to this cool movie theater, and it's like, they have like dine-in movie theaters and stuff like that, but this is like a full-on restaurant inside of it. You're still in like your reclining chair, and you got the popcorn, but like this is like a menu that's a little more diverse. They've got like chicken sandwiches and different salad. They have
awesome. Wait, where is
cheesecake
that?
and stuff like that. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name, but I'll show it to you after. It's like I want to say
close by. I might have to take a visit to that
it's like
this weekend.
10, 15, 20 minutes. I want to say somewhere in that range, just from GCU. But it's so cool. Like I'm a huge spicy person, so I love buffalo chicken tenders. So I got those. I obviously had some ranch, some fries, maybe nice
sure.
Dr. Pepper.
And so now we are going in to our Lijiang Tower game, map 1 of GCU versus RPI Esports. And so it looks like we are running the same roster as yesterday, where we have Synecdoche and Twinkerbell as our DPS players. We have Boma as our tank, Q-Tip and Red Dawn as our supports. Always a pleasure to see them.
Ooh,
we're seeing a Brig on Q-Tip. Very fast today.
This.
Psych, we're switching back to Lucio. Q-Tip always likes to keep us on the tip of our toes.
Oh, you know what I didn't notice?
What's up?
Is right here, taking a look at Synecdoche, she shot a little part in a different area of this waiting area before you attack. You know how you can shoot the panels off?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know there was a different area that panels come off of, and now I'm going to show all my friends that. Thank you, Synecdoche. There we are.
All right, so we're seeing that same comp from yesterday. We're seeing the Kiriko, Lucio, Zarya, Reaper, and Sojourn. Boma going into those bubbles. They're running the Winston. Let's see if Twinkerbell is going to be able to grind them down a little bit. Synecdoche getting a kill on the Blues, so that's their Sojourn down for the count. And there goes Shupak. So now they're down 1 support and 1 DPS. GCU cleaning house and keeping them away from the point.
They're going to get a quick first take here, take control, and just those early picks were really good for GCU right there.
Oh,
pushing,
yeah.
RPI back into that spawn, having the
losing
retreat.
1 DPS isn't quite the end of the world, but as soon as you lose 1 support, you're losing your healing power on top of you losing your damage, so now you don't have enough to heal through it. And so now they're already going in for a second engagement. Twinkerbell is going all in, trying to grind down that Winston, but the Winston flies away. And there goes Shupak again. And not having that Lucio around consistently is going to end up hurting RPI. So we're going to have to see just how they handle it.
There comes a Kitsune rush.
Oh, they're already using Kitsune rush, but they don't have their full manpower. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle the team fight here. Boma using those bubbles very sparingly, making sure to always have 1 ready on hand. And so now they do a reverse Kitsune rush, and Twinkerbell getting a double Death Blossom.
Wow, exactly what we were looking for tonight. Twinkerbell picking up right where she left off yesterday. Amazing. 2 kills right there with the Blossom. Zarya bubble charging right now, or pardon, Zarya Grav Bomb charging. Q-Tip with the sound barrier ready to go. Red Dawn did use the Kitsune Rush for the GCU attack right there to keep this defense going.
Oh, but GCU is going to have Graviton, sound barrier, and overclock. Let's see how this goes. There goes that Graviton surge, and there goes a triple kill.
And this is really great right now. Having only used the 1 ult, saving both of those, and wasting that Primal Rage from the RPI team is going to help so much into this end game right here that I think this first map might just go to GCU.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, GCU's still got the sound barrier and overclock ready to go, and Synecdoche has been popping off that last team fight, getting a 3K. And so now there goes that sound barrier from Q-Tip, and they're already knocking them out 1 by 1. That's 3, 4, and that makes 5.
GCU.
Gardens goes to GCU.
GCU obviously doing, I said it before, picking up right where they left off yesterday, not holding back at all. I think sticking with this Reaper pick, and we have the same lineup that we did yesterday, is working already.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
for
see
sure.
it coming into this next map here on Control 7.
And we can see GCU was playing a little bit conservatively at first, making sure they kind of had the upper hand and kind of backing off a little bit, especially with those Winston bubbles, because that shield, they wanted to try and pick that away first and then start really engaging as much as possible against RPI. Yeah. And they also were very conservative with their ults, making sure to use them only when absolutely necessary, and using that Graviton to kind of pull them back away from the point is what really sold it for GCU there.
Yep. Underway for map number 2 here on Control Center. Can GCU keep it up? Let's take a look.
So we are running that same comp again, and it looks like RPI is somewhat mirroring it, but taking out the Kiriko instead for Baptiste. We'll see if that switch ends up helping them in the long run. Right now, Webslinger is out of the game. But Tinkerbell got taken out by Blues. Bulma taking out their Zarya and the Lucio, and then Cynico taking their Baptiste. And Bulma also taking out Blues.
So doing it once again. Early pick from GCU on Blues right there. Just pushing them farther back. And they're going to hold this choke right here, make sure that they don't get any room to slip by. Obviously, they have the right side.
Bulma's already almost up to 70% ult charge.
Wow,
we're building up 15% those Graviton surges so quickly.
Oh, that was a great pick right there from Webslinger to get Tinkerbell, one of the most lethal players.
Bulma's still got some bubbles to work with here.
Undercharged.
But Bulma's kind of falling down there in health.
Cynicdo's getting 2.
Yeah, there's one support and the DPS. However, Bulma is taken out. And it looks like Q-Tip's going to try and stall for time, but Q-Tip is also starting to run critical, so he might have to back off a little bit, jumping onto the point, kind of running around, trying to give him a little, 1-2 and, running around, trying to avoid the damage. But ultimately, RPI is able to take the point. But if GCU can regroup here, there's the Graviton surge. Oh! Looks like RPI pops their Graviton and taking out 2 from GCU.
Oh, that's a Kitsune rush right there for GCU.
It looks like that Immortality field got used up. And right now with the Kitsune rush, GCU now has 3 ultimates ready. We've got Sound Barrier, we've got Graviton Surge, and we've got Overclock. So we will see if GCU can pull it back. There goes that Graviton Surge with 3 of them in there. Getting, there's 3 right there. 2 kills from Cynic, 1 from Bulma. And so there goes Bulma getting a Blues, and then there goes Webslinger. GCU takes it back right before they can hit 40%.
Team kill. Lovely. Saving 2 ults still. So all they used was the grab right there from Zarya.
Yeah, and so that's what I mean.
And
then Tinkerbell's also coming up on a Death Blossom.
Yeah. But
so it's going to be very fascinating.
Webslinger of the RPI team is just a little bit closer, which can be a little bit vital.
Oh, there goes that Overclock. So they're going to try and push them back right now, which is working. And so GCU's only got the Sound Barrier, but RPI also has Sound Barrier. There goes the Overclock getting used right now. The Death Blossom coming in from GCU.
Both.
And then RPI retaliated by using Overclock and the Death Blossom.
Yeah, so both a fortunate team kill for GCU to go down right there. Both Sound Barriers from both Lucios came out right there. So that means
close to their ultimates right now is Red Dawn from GCU and then Tevatron from RPI.
Yeah.
And so having that Graviton,
that's a great pick right there.
Oh, speaking of Tevatron, Tevatron is out of the game right now. And so now GCU has the advantage of pushing in since RPI no longer has their tank.
This is great. They're staggering right now. This is exactly what GCU wants right now. You know, separating this team so that it's just harder for them to combine their ultimates together. Obviously, Webslinger not really close to Blossom, and I don't think we'll get another one before this end.
I don't know if they'll have time to touch. Oh, they barely make it.
Gonna go.
Oh, and there goes that Graviton from Tevatron, but GCU is still able to start picking them off one by one. Currently, there's 2, 3. Can we make it 4? There goes 4 and 5. That is a team wipe.
There it is.
And GCU takes Lijiang Tower.
Wow.
This is the exact same momentum we had yesterday, and I am feeling the hype. I don't know about you,
Oh,
but
I'm
that
feeling it.
was super high energy.
That was.
Fun little Zarya play here.
Let's take a
Oh,
look.
we have Cynic Dosh on the Sojourn.
Here it is. This is early.
This was a beautiful pick here with almost everyone. Actually, no, everyone was in that Graviton Surge. And
yeah.
woo, that was
so nasty.
such a nasty shot.
Something to take a look at was that grab that she used right there. I mentioned it earlier on Gardens. They didn't have to use all of their ultimates. So what's so good is the that field that Sojourn shoots out and it just does like tick damage over time. Using that on top of the grab bomb is huge because it's like it slowly ticks away, and obviously it was a good like just the way they planned it out was so great. Obviously the communication they used because the RPI team, they used the monkey. They used Primal Rage, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, because the Primal Rage gets sucked into the grab, and so the Winston couldn't do anything. So like your ultimate's going off, but you can't go anywhere. Yeah, so it's like, what do you do about it?
Exactly. So now you think about Zarya. She has a more like a mid-range tack, so she doesn't have to get so close. The only thing is like Reaper has to get a little bit closer, but he wasn't really needed in the fight because they have Cynic Doge and they have Kiriko and they have Lucio, all kind of range damage like attacks, so they can use that grab on the Winston, and the Winston's just sitting there, just smacking his arms, and he can't do anything.
All he can do is just sit there.
He can't do anything, and it's just his like the timer just slowly churns down because you're stuck in a grab bomb. You can't do anything.
And I mean, it's incredible to see like how GCU staggered their ultimates. They almost always had one ultimate ready to go for each team fight, whether it be Lucio's Sound Barrier, or it was Cynic Dosh's Overclock, or they had Boma's Graviton Surge. They all had ultimates ready to go one by one. And they never used all of them in one fight, which is honestly the best way you can go about it. Because if you can save up those ults, then you can use them again in the next fight and keep your momentum going.
Something else I want to take a look at, well, we can't take a look at it, but I want to mention, was that last fight that they took on. It started with a Zarya pick. And on Control Center, it started with a Zarya pick, and then you could see, oh my gosh, RPI was thinking, oh no. Our Zarya's dead. We can't do anything. We have to back up.
Yeah, you just started the Reaper, slowly backing up.
It's just like that's what the tough thing is, that as a support character, and I'm not like shaming RPI or anything like that. It's that you can't push too far because even though you got a team kill, you still got 5 people coming at you.
Oh yeah.
So you have to use the bubbles wisely and make sure that you're not pushing too far into the enemy territory, because then that happens. You get picked off and you have to reset the whole team. GCU takes that point, keeps them over there on the choke point of the RPI attack, and they can't do anything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, overall, when it comes to running a Zarya, one of the most important things is like, you have your bubbles, but you can't also rely strictly on those bubbles, right? So you only have a limited number of those until you have to wait for them to replenish again, and that can take some time, which is why, like, with Boma, he always keeps one bubble at least either close to or already charged in.
Yeah.
And so that way you can just keep going and going and going and like keep using those, get higher charge, keep going. And so it's like, but you also need to have your healers close to you. You cannot space yourself out too far from your healers, and I think that's what ended up happening with RPI's Zarya.
Yeah, and other things is like the healer choice, the support choice right now is great because as Kiriko you can have some distance throwing out. Oh, we said the name yesterday. What does she throw out? What are those that I called them band-aids yesterday. She throws out those those heal band-aids, whatever they use over time. And then Lucio has a pretty good radius with his heal and his
AoE, the area of effect. And so now we are actually going into King's Row now with GCU starting on the defense. Oh no, GCU is on the attack. My apologies.
Yeah, I think we have a switch here.
Yeah, it seems like we have a little bit of a graphical error. There we go. Thank you. And so now we'll have GCU on the attack starting off for King's Row. And it looks like they're keeping the same comp, which will honestly, I think this can work really well. It looks like RPI is still running the Baptiste instead of Kiriko. And it makes me wonder why that is, if it has to do with, like, maybe they're not comfortable running Kiriko, which honestly is completely understable. I know I'm not.
I can't do it. Kiriko's, I want to say, probably one of the most difficult
very technically inclined. Like, her skill, like, she has so many different abilities to keep track of. And so now, looks like GC is already going in for a full-on assault And so right now it looks like RPI is kind of going around through the hotel to try and counter GCU's attack.
Just doing tick damage over time, just charging that ult and just making sure that whoever gets this grab bomb first, I think wins this first point. But look what GCU is doing right now, doing exactly what they did previous rounds, almost getting that first tick. I think they'll be able to get it eventually, but it's going to slowly dwindle down right here.
Oh, Shupak gets taken out by Boma, and so now that's one support down, two supports down. There goes Websinger, there goes Blues. They are pushing in. Now it's just Tabatron left, but gets taken out, and so now GCU is able to capture that first point.
I don't even know. They're going in right now. This is what I mentioned earlier, just before we started this
game.
Is they're playing this
They're
back
waiting
line.
for them.
They have this grab ready from GCU. Oh, this is great.
Oh,
they got one.
No.
Exactly.
Oh, this is nasty. Oh, not the grab at their spawn.
Oh, unfortunately.
Oh, that is disgusting. GCU, what a... That is so tragic. They're pushing them at their spawn.
Can we switch to caster camera quick? I just want to show you guys how dropped my jaw is right now.
Oh, that was awesome.
Look at, they're gonna spawn in here too.
Oh, and GCU gets that spawn, so they get to, they have one person sticking on the payload, and then they are already ready to do another assault.
Crazy.
And so they've already got,
high level.
Cynic already has Overclock, Red Dawn already has Kitsune Rush, Q-Tip's got that sound barrier, Twinkerbill's riding up on that Death Blossom. They are already gonna have so many ults in this fight.
GCU turning around.
They're going all in.
Oh my goodness.
This is so aggressive compared to what we saw in Legion Tower. They are going in as hard as they possibly can here. They are really pushing RPI back.
Wow.
Both Warriors are fairly high charged here, so it could be anyone's game right now. No one's been quite taken out yet. Sight! There goes Blues, taken out by Cynic, and so there goes a sound barrier from, it looks like RPI's side. And, it looks like we're kind of going back and forth here.
Grab ready. I don't doubt that
grab
we'll see this right now.
Oh, there it goes! And they are pushing in hard. Are they going to be able to take out Tevatron and Tupac?
I believe so. There's only one more.
Yep, there goes Tevatron, and it looks like Tupac kind of retreated, and so now GCU just keeps that payload moving.
This momentum right now for GCU is huge. This is exactly what they needed.
This aggression was even hard. Like, this is an even higher aggressive positioning than we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were already playing very aggressive yesterday against Purdue, but this is a whole nother level.
Oh my gosh, our 1v1, it's gonna go to Twinker.
Those critical shots, and Twinkerbell is already trying to do that depth from above tactic of just taking in those pot shots. And
this is, look at 3 ultimates for RPI right now, so they can do a quick little reset.
Trying to get Twinkerbell off there, but it's not working.
They're gonna,
that was so close. Oh, Webslinger going in and getting a single death blossom kill onto Boma and then getting synced to one other. So now Twinkerbell's going to have to retreat and meet up with his team. And then from there, they will have to regroup and decide what they want to do.
So right now,
left on the clock. They got time.
I was just going to say, 4 full minutes on this clock right now. Look how far they're already in to RPI spawn.
It didn't even move. I don't think it took a minute for them to get to them.
Here we go. And this is a great sound barrier from GCU being able to protect
very nice
all of the teammates right there.
Taken out, and so does Boma. Twinkerbell takes out that immortality field, but I don't think it'll be enough. He's just trying to go in, trying to maybe get a boot kill.
Oh! I think they were resetting.
Fell off. They might have been resetting, but we can't be entirely sure.
So, takeaways right now. I'd say RPI is doing a pretty decent job right now.
They are.
But grab ready.
Grab is ready. We're coming up on, Twinkerbell's coming up on that.
We're going to use it early.
And there goes Tevatron, so that's the main chain taken out.
And the Lucio for RPI.
They're gunning for Webslinger right now. They want them gone.
That's great.
There goes the BAP, there goes the Lucio, and so now GCU just keep on pushing. And so Death Blossom is ready. We're coming up on Overclock, and we're gonna Q-Tip's 50% of the way to sound barrier, but knowing how Q-Tip runs, it might not take them long to build up that sound barrier again. They're holding him at the spawn once
It
again.
could totally be a Reaper Bell, Reaper Blossom.
Oh,
3, 4, 5.
That's a team kill, Death Blossom. Let's go. That is insane.
When is the last time? Oh wait, what?
Oh, did they?
Oh, I think it was a. I think it was.
Oh, the immortality
Yeah,
field. That's
Immortality
what it
Field.
was.
But still a team kill
That is
regardless.
insane. What a Death Blossom at their spawn. That's gotta sting.
2 minutes 34 seconds remaining for GCU. So, in the case that RPI does manage to push this payload all the way to the same spot that GCU did, 3 minutes finishing this here. 2 minutes and 34 seconds for GCU is still a good amount of time to, replay this offense and see how far they can get this. And, it could go to a draw, but the only way that this goes to a draw is the tie on the payload or on the point. So we'll see. Obviously, we're
There's
going right into
still
the
a
second
possibility
part
for
of
a draw condition.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how this plays out. Now we are getting
Sticking
the
with
team
it.
assembled. GCU sticking to their comp. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Exactly.
It's working out very well for them.
Look at Semi though.
Oh, they're now
So
running the key to go on attack.
Okay.
RPI is actually running the key to go with Mercy, Winston, Sojourn, and
So-
right now Webslinger is still undecided.
Right now, I'm not concerned for RPI. Well, a little bit concerned. But the only reason I say that is because right now how lethal Tinkerbell is on Reaper, and they're playing Monkey, one of the best counters for Monkey.
Exactly,
is
and they
Reaper.
witnessed on Lijiang that Reaper can be devastating to Winston,
It's
especially running that Zarya combo too. If Boma can get
A
their
bubble,
Winston
yeah.
in that Graviton again as the Primal Rage, then his ult just
Devastating.
becomes void.
It's deadly. Combination right now that he is running is deadly. Has been for the past 2 plus. We'll see it continue to work right here, hopefully, for these years.
Boma taking this hard and going in hot here, trying to kind of pick up the support as much as possible. And then Webslinger trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. Oh, Boma at 100 charge. He's gunning for it. Tinkerbell's gunning for it. They are getting the kills quickly. They are not leaving any room for survival.
Stagger. They're staggering.
Oh, they're staggering them hard. Now, is GCU gonna put up those spawn again?
I mean, what else to expect right now? They're doing exactly what they probably talked about in a meeting before. Obviously, I think pushing into the spawn, maybe this shows momentum and aggression that, like, hey, we're literally not afraid to, like, hold you at the choke point of your own spawn.
Like, I knew King's Row was a very aggressive map, but I have never seen aggression like this from any team before.
Yeah, and Webslinger, the Reaper 4 RPI going down. Look at Reaper go behind.
Chasing!
Oh my God.
On the chase, on the hunt, trying to get it, but Q-Tip makes sure to run their spectator sound when people realize that there was a little bit more to the hand with him.
Good claims right there from RPI, avoiding that entire team wipe, but it's
Oh.
still not going to be enough. They're going to have to retreat
Did
all
they
the way.
avoid it though? I don't think so.
I'd say avoided because the cleanse from the Kiriko Zobo right there from RPI, it was a good cleanse, but it just wasn't enough.
Oh yeah, and that was a triple kill for
Yeah.
Doge in
Yeah.
that fight.
Maybe that could be our
Bravo.
play. That might be our play of the game.
I'm trying to take some notes here myself on trying to go through the Dogen gameplay. It's very fun to watch.
I think the most important.
Oh, the Kitsune rush. They're pushing him back into the spawn, except for that Sojourn that's stuck there. Oh, there goes Blues.
Wow.
Oh my. With only a minute 45 left on the clock. What's RPI gonna do?
Well, I don't think they can do much right now because 3 ultimates to GCU compared to the 1 with only a minute remaining, or a minute and a half push. I think we will see a Reaper Blossom come out, honestly, right here.
There was a speed boost. Yep, there goes the Death Blossom. Only getting Blues though, from the looks of it. So they're rushing back. They're trying to make sure they don't touch that point.
We could see, yeah.
I did get Synagos though, so Synagos is out of that fight. But how is GCU going to fare? There goes that Primal Rage, so pushing GCU off the point, or at least attempting to. But there's still room for a contest, depending on how GCU handles the fight. Oh, it looks like now there goes that team synergy from RPI. The Monkey is out of the game though. Can GCU take it back? Nope. RPI is able to capture that first point, so now GCU is going to have to rally back a little bit and then retreat.
So it wasn't bad. It was just the monkey. We talked about it earlier. The monkey got stopped earlier on Lee Jung Tower because of the grab, and obviously the grab wasn't able to help them out this time. Uh, I think GCU can still hold this really well because right now in the attack phases, we saw them holding RPI in their spawn, whereas right now RPI is just all on the payload.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes in the best case, if you want to move the payload faster, you have as many people on the payload as you can. GCU went for a very aggressive approach. And speaking of aggressive approaches, GCU is coming in hot onto that payload. Tinkerbell's coming in from behind them to try and just push them down. And succeeding.
Windows and Tinkerbell. I need you guys. Can we play together sometime?
Honestly, can I get tips from them? Because, oh my, Tinkerbell and Synecdoche's DPS plays are always a pleasure to see.
And so we just mentioned how.
Oh, they're all going up top.
Oh,
There's not going to be a death box from above. They're trying to kind of regroup around, but Tinkerbell! Here's the death blossom and getting 2, and then getting a 3rd kill onto Web Slinger, a 4th kill onto 2-pack, so that's a 4K from Tinkerbell. And then Boma getting that final kill onto the CDGO.
folks, this is what you watch GCU Esports for. Look at this. Look at this is exactly why these players are scholarship players, because it is team kill after team kill for it's just jaw-dropping. It's so amazing to see this composition, this chemistry.
Oh yeah, there goes that
it's gonna happen again.
Oh, that was an interesting Suzu, but it wasn't enough. Another team wipe from GCU.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh!
I don't even have words right now.
And GCU still has 2 ults
How?
in the bank.
Just,
They've still got sound barrier. They've still got overclock.
Now, to notice, Tevatron of the RPI team coming up on the grab themselves. So we'll see if they can manage to pull this out and give them a little bit of momentum going into this next one. I mean, I don't know.
There's so much happening here. There goes the sound barrier to protect the GCU. But Boma gets taken out, unfortunately. So now GCU is without this tank. How are they going to handle contesting that objective, or are they just going to back off? It looks like they might try and back off a little bit. Q-Tip's doing his best to just kind of stall them out a little bit, make sure Sensible gets out okay. And so, also going in for, like, short stall. Looks like Q-Tip's also trying to get ticked onto their support, but it's kind of like a... It's a risky play there, trying to kind of contest.
Sound barrier.
There goes Boma again! GCU is without Boma, but with only 15 seconds left on the clock, GCU just needs to stall them out long enough to not reach that second point. They did lose Tinkerbell, and Q-Tip is holding out there, trying to stall as long as possible, trying to push it into overtime, because even if it gets into overtime, they'll be better off. They might not get as much time if they hit that second point, but Q-Tip has to retreat, and RP has managed to tap it, but they only have a minute 25 now on the clock.
Yeah,
so
and
push.
So yeah, obviously a minute 25 to push this.
No matter how they
happens,
end this,
yeah.
GCU will be above in time.
Yeah.
If they make it all the way to the end, GCU is still at least a minute and a half.
Yeah. And I don't know, and I think it's going to take a whole minute and that amount of time without the time to get the final point.
Oh yeah, they're not playing as aggressively as GCU, and so they're going to continue their rush. They are going all in. They are going to push them back as much as possible. They're not going in completely. They're not going to try and push them as far back to their spawn as they had tried once before. But it looks like Tinkerbell's lining up for a Death Blossom on the point. They're just waiting. Is that where it pops off? Yes! There's a double Death Blossom right there, and then going for the kill onto Tevatron. Oh, and they barely missed Web Slinger. No, they didn't miss Web Slinger. Synecdoche made sure.
Got it done. GCU getting it done once again. Still one more push to come out from RPI, but
20 seconds left.
Take a look at these ultimates ready. Both, pardon me, not both. Yeah, actually.
Well, both teams have 3 ultimates ready.
Both with Sojourn's ultimates ready. I see.
That grab is going to be deadly. And speaking of the grab, it got popped off here. Oh, Synecdoche getting 1 with the overclock. Can we make it 2? There's, oh, not quite 2. Web Slinger went off the map?
I, I, I mean, from what I saw right there, what shoot, jump off in my one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to make
But
assumptions, but
GCU takes Kings Row. So next map, we are going to Dorado as our match point. Boma Zarya. Incredible grab plays here. I mean, at their spawn.
Ooh, do
That-
you see?
That's got a stake
Look
in
at that.
RPI.
Like just at the end of this play of this game. Look at
Tinkerbell was just sitting at that barrier, just throwing shotgun shells at him as much as they could do.
My.
Holy moly.
That is the aggression on Kings Row was way more than I was anticipating here.
This was what I looked like.
We were sitting here. That 4K Death Blossom plus the Immortality Field from Tinkerbell, I was getting so excited.
You were pumping your fist. You
I
were
was
like,
pumping my fist. I was like, one, two, three,
4, 5. They did it. They did it.
Awesome. This is what I mean. Tinkerbell's Reaper is definitely something to be admired, and I would love to get DPS pointers from her and Cynic Doge.
You know, we talked.
Woo!
Maybe we can get an interview or something like that with them after this game.
If we can try and if we are able to get an interview, we will definitely let you guys know. But that's all entirely depending on them. Obviously, they are playing some very, very aggressive and very intensive games. So very understandable if they just want to go home and take a break, or maybe even play more Overwatch. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows what they do in their spare time?
I think right now, with the roster that they have going, Justin's pretty confident, you know, saying, hey, you're going for top 500. You're going for top 500. And that's, I mean, I don't see why not. Looking at this, I'm like, who can beat this?
I'm fairly certain most of our varsity players are at least masters.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
And
I wish
there's a couple of them that I think are in grandmasters. So it's very, very high up there.
I'm trying to think. What is the percentage of players that are in Grandmaster?
I don't think we know the percentages. I don't think that sort of data is released like how they release it with like Apex and stuff.
Mhm.
But it is a very small amount in Masters and Grandmasters. I myself have been stuck in Plat.
Oh yeah, I'm stuck in gold
Platinum.
right now.
I've been
Gold
stuck there
and
for a
silver.
little while. I'm like just on the cusp between Platinum and Diamond, and it hurts because then it's like if I can hit Diamond, then my next goal would be Masters, and it's
Yeah.
right there.
Ugh.
So it's just pure pain. I'm trying to get up to the support level of like Q-Tip. Q-Tip is honestly, I aspire to be him with his Lucio plays, just getting to see him run around. The quick crossfade changes as well. When it comes to the supports, I don't think we get to really talk about them as much as we'd like to. Support players themselves also have a completely different skill range compared to other roles. Each role has their own different variety of skills. And support, there's a lot you have to take into account. And I think what Q-Tip was doing a great job of not just damage control, but also trying to like pick a little bit of some shots here and there to try and wear down RPI a little bit before the next encounter.
Mhm.
So like you could see Q-Tip was ready with those sound barriers. He was ready to reel everybody in, like heal them up, use those amps, using the crossfade to like speed up Tinkerbell to get like to make sure she got out of there safe and kind of minimize the damage on GCU's side. So it's that sort of quick thinking is exactly what you need when you're playing Lucio, just to make sure you can do like assess the damage and make sure you can come back quickly.
Yeah, and I think another thing to take a look at is the ultimate usage, just in general for like both teams, GCU especially. They don't have to use all of the ultimates at once. They're using like one grav bomb and getting a team wipe, and then they're using like sometimes they'll use like an overclock and a Lucio barrier and get another team wipe, and like sometimes they don't even need it.
Or like just the occasional Death Blossom.
Yeah,
like
it's like
I don't think I ever saw like a strict combo. Like maybe there was the one instance on Lijiang where they had the Graviton Surge and then the overclock at the same time.
Yeah.
But most of the time they just use one by one by one.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I just like why can't my comp games be like this? I go into comp games and like using like a Zarya grav bomb and like a lot of the DPS ultimates works really well. But how do you do this? How do you do it with just a grav bomb? Like how it's just
Well, I mean, it also depends because I don't I actually don't remember, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't this combination, but I've also seen Kitsune Rush with the grab.
Yeah.
So that way they'll grab and then the Kitsune Rush will go right through the graviton, and so then your team can just have that added boost on top of making sure their enemy team is just in one spot, and then you just rain all of that additional damage down onto them in one go. But with Kiriko on both sides, that was a little bit challenging because Kiriko has what's called her Suzu or her cleanse, where she essentially can make you immune for like 0.5 seconds. Like it's not that long, but that time can make you immune to any damage. It cleans all debuffs, so like how Ana has a debuff where it's like you can't heal for a certain amount of time, or Ash where you have burning damage, stuff like that. All of that gets cleansed immediately. I didn't know this, but if you get pinned
you can cleanse
by a Reinhardt, you can cleanse out of it. You can. So if a Reinhardt charges into you and starts to pin you, if your Kiriko throws that Suzu onto you, he lets you go.
Oh, he lets you go?
He lets you go. So the pin is no longer there. He just stops.
This is just proving why Kiriko, again, you see using it in the collegiate play. This is just proving time and again why she is one of the best support heroes to be in this game. You know, shout out to I main Zen when I play support, but hearing this kind of stuff now, I want to play Kiriko, but she's so difficult.
She is, and her only her primary fire, because she has her primary and secondary fire. So her primary fire is she has these kunais that she throws one by one, and it's just the one kunai. So you have to be very precise with it, or it doesn't do as much damage. Like it doesn't do a lot of damage. You have to try and get critical shots for it to really pull off. And so you're just getting the one by one, and you have to like align your crosshair perfectly right to get critical shots. Otherwise, you're just kind of like taking a little bit of damage, which can be okay. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't like playing Kiriko. She's technically a precision character.
And oh man, you're right. She is a precision character. She's in that category of.
And like her healing could probably be equivalent to that of Moira in the way of how it functions. So like. Her secondary fire is her healing. Like you see those. We always forget the name of it. I feel so bad because like I remember Suzu, I remember Kitsune, I remember all of it, but then like that healing ability, it feels that the word is always on the tip of my tongue. But
yeah, her healing
ability, it recharges over a few seconds, and it's not an area of effect, but you have to still align a target. So you have to pick a target, and then you do like your right or left click, however you bind it, and then she'll throw out a few of those little tickets onto you, and those will heal you. And as far as I know, it's not a grand amount of healing. Like it's a moderate amount.
But like it's her output, like her like increase or like her time of output. Like it's like. She gets those like back really quickly. So
yes, it recharges relatively quickly, and I want to point out that Kiriko is probably one of the few characters that has a lot of abilities.
Yeah.
I don't know, like in terms of her overall abilities, she has her ultimate, which is her Kitsune Rush. Yep. She has her cleanse. She has her Shadow Step.
Yeah.
Where she can teleport to a player within a certain distance. Can teleport.
And another thing to add on top of that is
she can wall climb.
She can wall climb.
Yeah,
exactly.
She can wall climb.
So she ranks in there with Hanzo and Genji. Obviously, if you guys know Overwatch lore, she trained with those two, Hanzo and Genji.
Her mother trained the three of them together. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, but obviously, I like the Overwatch lore. I think it's really cool. Just like the cinematic of it is just like super detailed. And it's like, you think, oh, the frame rate of the Overwatch 2 game is super good. Like, go watch some of these Overwatch shorts that they put out. It's like, it's like movie level. Like, I feel like I'm watching like a TV, like an anime.
So those cinematic shorts from Blizzard, and actually we can talk about that in another time. We're going into our Dorado game. And so GCU is starting out on the attack.
Attacking this cactus, that's
what. Ooh, Synecdoche bringing out the Genji.
Oh my gosh.
We have Synecdoche on Genji, Twinkerbell on Reaper, Boma on Zarya, Q-Tip on Mirth.
Okay, so we're seeing 3. And we're back on.
Oh, man, there goes the Kiriko.
So
Are we just getting spoofed again?
I think we always get spoofed.
There's a little hi. Shupak coming to say hi to GCU.
They're having this is
Fun little friendly moment here between Synecdoche and
yeah.
Shupak, and Shupak's going to go rejoin RPI. What a fun little wholesome moment between teams.
Underway.
Oh, there we go. They're bringing the actual. They're bringing their usual play there.
Maybe they were doing this just to grit RPI. But again, the Reaper is still going to be
They like to play it a little bit.
This Reaper is going to be so lethal against, I think that's Genius, I want to say. Just maybe a different spelling unit for RPI. That monster is going to have an issue. Was that a C?
I think so.
Oh, it
but
is. Pardon me.
It looks like Swingerfeld's already out, so there was no Reaper against the Winston. So it looks like they're actually RPI is managing to hold back GCU just a little bit. Oh, what a nasty shot on the web slinger, but oh no, Synecdoche doesn't make it back into the spawn.
And this is gonna stagger them right now. It's not horrible because they're still kind of in the spawn area, but I'd say good defense currently. He's gonna go right now. Oh, this would be so great. He's gonna go up the Monkey's gonna jump away. Just kind of pokes in. We talked last stream about Winston can do this to work with his right foot, having a little bit of a plasma cannon that can do some little distance damage.
Wow, Thunderbolt is teleporting up top, gonna try and do a little bit of damage there, I think.
Right did come out from Zobo right there, trying to push back in the spawn. Something that I've noticed in a couple of games I played, recently I've had a lot of back time. A lot of low switching from the back. But this is great right now for GCU. Getting 2 easy picks, taking out the both of these.
Oh, she's just giving chase, trying to go and chase down to
Lucio battle.
Oh, there he goes.
What the hell? Oh, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that part of the map.
Oh, the maneuverability for Lucian Dorado is amazing.
I think what RPI is going to want to do right here, they don't want to give this first point easily. They have ultimates just.
Oh, JC's got 4 ultimates almost ready to go. Yeah, there's 4 ultimates. There's Kune Rush. We're going to get more than that. The Death Blossom is getting 1. And then it looks like they're going to be able to use that momentum to get everything else out of the game.
Here's what I pictured.
Oh, wait, oh no, Boma did not use Graviton. I'm a little bit mistaken there.
Here's what I pictured. Right now, when GCU is looking at this, they're going. I think they're communicating so well. They're thinking, okay, focus Ryan, or not Ryan, pardon. Focus Winston. Let's focus. They're individually picking off.
The tank is essentially the focal point of the team. Once you lose your tank, you kind of lose your ability to kind of keep your further. So if they can keep their tank out of play, then they're in a good spot. As well as support, you do the same thing. You want to target the support of the tank. And so now they are getting a full team wipe.
Yeah, they got a full team wipe there. But let's take a look at those ultimate charges. They use 3.
Oh.
So we mentioned it earlier how they can use 1. And in that sense, maybe it was just a little miscommunication. But I think what was good right there was the sound barrier from Q-Tip. I don't know if the overclock is case.
Yeah, and then now RPI is going to have 3 ultimates. There goes the Primal Raise. Are they going to use more than that? Oh, there goes 2 packs. So that sound barrier is not going to be coming out this fight. Are they going to drain down the Winston far enough? Boma's kind of taking some hits here, and Boma is down.
So Winston right there. So check out the other tank towards you. But,
so that was Primal Raise and Kitsune from RPI here. They only have sound barrier left to use. And then GCU, there's not really any ultimates close to ready just yet. Boma switching to the Winston. This will be interesting. We've both been getting very excited tonight during the match. Completely understandable.
Oh, yeah.
And now let's see what's going to be happening here. Right, we're going to have the monkey on monkey here. Winston v. Winston is how this is going to play out. Jingerville getting the quick escape because they did use sound barrier, which interesting. I think they were using that as a momentum thing.
I think this is a moment right here.
No, honestly, it's good that Twinkerville did not use that Death Blossom there, because now Let's see, he's got 4 ultimates.
4 ultimates coming into this. Look at it. Look at Goma already on 50% charge. Just switching to Winston, too. That's pretty impressive.
Now we've got Overclock, we've got Death Blossom, we've got Sound Barrier, and we've got Tune Rush. There is a lot of potential here for either ultimate combos or just using one by one and slowly picking their way into the second objective. Is Webslinger bringing out Death Blossom?
That was a tough
Oh
hit
no,
right
he can't,
now.
not quite yet. How is GCU gonna take this fight? Seneca is using the Overclock.
Two down right now.
And there goes the Sound Barrier. Keep GCU alive for the last bit of the fight. Trying to
already going primal again. Look at I'm surprised at how quickly Venus has gotten back with primal raise.
He's just trying to make sure they keep the enemy off the point so they can keep slowly creeping up to that checkpoint there. And so now there goes RPI's Winston, and I believe their Alicia is about to lose it too. There we go. And so now G2 makes it to point 2 with a little over 2 minutes left on the clock.
Slowly but surely, GCU is making their way back into this. I'd say at the beginning of the game, they had a tough time getting past that first choke point, and then right here at this mid part underneath that tree, it took a little bit of a tough time to get past that second choke point. But this is momentum right now, obviously going into this really good. This is going to be a monkey clicking from Monkey from Boma, and Suzo getting a nice headshot right there.
Webslinger is out, and Boma is using that primal raise. Seneca getting a kill onto the Kiriko. Boma's coming around, gonna slam down onto that Sojourn. Oh, are they keeping him at the spawn once again?
I think it was the stagger right there that they were like, shoot. Oh, that's a great pick right there from Red Dawn. Suzo using Fortuna to get a good headshot. Wow.
Oh, and they're going to jump onto the Sojourn. And they're, oh!
Slowly but surely.
About using that Death Blossom. Oh, and they're going to try and keep them in spawn. But Webslinger is able to kind of come out for a short contest, but it's not enough. GCU taps with 1 minute, 9 seconds on the clock.
So a little bit less time than what they were working with last on Kings Road, last round. But they still won. GCU still won last time regardless of the time that they had. And I think on defense here, I think the monkey could be a play. I think it could stay as a monkey right now as Winston for GCU, just because right now Cenas is doing a really good job just poking in on that back line.
I feel like defense-wise, it might be wise for Boma to go Zarya here, because Boma's Zarya is unmatched so far this game.
The only thing that matches her Zarya is another Zarya.
Yeah, and even then with the Winston, Twinklefellow is like 90% of the time able to just go in there and just start like popping off left and right. So
yeah, you're right. It's a Zarya. It's a Zarya, and I think I had a feeling. I think I wanted to see Winston because I love playing Winston.
Oh yeah.
And so we saw it kind of change in the middle of the map right there. For GCU, Boma going.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to see new characters, but at the same time, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, GCU is really taking that philosophy to heart, and that comp that they've started running is immaculate.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. I think I have RPI, jumping. This is why I'm scared for GCU right now. I'm not scared in a sense, but I'm just worried that this monkey can jump this high point right now and do damage while those his payload moves.
I'm wondering if the Ana Lucio from RPI might be a mistake, because Ana Lucio with this kind of comp they're running might not have enough healing to benefit Phoenix here. So we'll see how this plays out. There goes Webslinger, so that's one of the BTS off the bat. Tinkerbell going in high onto the Winston, but Q-Tip getting the final blow. Tinkerbell getting 2-pack, and then there goes Blues.
And so I was totally wrong. I totally was thinking that GCU was going to have a tough time with the Winston jumping in and trying to pick off the Lucio or the Kiriko.
I think the main issue with that is like you could have been 100% right. It's just that I don't think they're getting enough healing. And then the Zarya Reaper combo. Reaper is a direct counter to Winston.
Yeah.
And that Winston's not getting the light of day. Cenas is already out again.
right here. It's like small damage hits that Chico is doing. A little bit of a critical right there. So nothing to worry about.
This is some
That's a great
perfect team
point.
coordination right here. You can tell how like tight knit GCU's communication is here.
Yeah.
Because they're already saying like focus the Winston, make sure like
Yeah.
to get him.
And the thing is, just here. So yeah, this is that monkey jump that I was worried about. But
Oh, he
Lucio,
does
yeah.
have to get Cynic though, but is it gonna be enough?
Oh, and he's powered up right now. But look at Winkle's just gonna hold this point while Monkey's so focused.
Oh,
on the back.
Boba's slowly dwindling though in health. Oh! RPI slowly manages to take over, and DC's gonna have to fall back, but just trying to put some distance between himself and RPI.
They chased him.
Oh, Boma switching to Winston.
I had a feeling about it, but maybe it's just like that.
I think it's Q-Tip gonna try and go for that touch. Yes, they're going for the touch. DC is gonna go for that contest. Q-Tip kind of going there trying to disrupt that Sojourn. There goes the sound barrier. That is 2, 3. Can we make it 4? That's 4. Can we make it 5? There goes 5. Team kill for GCU.
This is really good right now because GCU coming back from that quick team wipe, Lucio staying alive, making sure he can get back to use the speed boost to help him out. RPI has to jump a little bit farther into this. So now GCU is holding this choke point, but RPI is making no progress with Caleb.
Yeah, they're not able to unless somehow someone can come behind and like back tap the objective.
Yeah.
They might be in some trouble here with only a minute 19 left. Oh, they're trying to go for the back tap. They almost pulled it off.
My God.
But manages to push their Lucio off of the point. They almost got that back tap. That would have been an amazing clutch on RPI's side. But Q-Tip was on it. There goes the panic sound barrier.
This is what I want to watch right now.
That's gonna work. There goes Tupac. There goes Web Slinger. Fingerbug using that Death Blossom, but Fingerbug is taken out by Blues. That Primal Rage from Boma is gonna be enough to kind of stir RPI back just a little bit further. There goes Blues. Now, is Boma gonna go and try and jump onto that Ana? No, they're gonna stick around a little bit because now RPI is starting to push up once again. But now they are without their tank, so it might not be a wise decision. There goes Web Slinger. But now they're going to have to make a desperate attempt for the point, but they're so staggered.
18 seconds to go.
Yeah, 15.
15, yeah. It's a time crunch right now. And
we've got 10.
I don't know, is RPI going to make a point for this? This is the last time that they have a chance for this.
It's going to have to be a monkey jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We got it.
There's the contest. But is it going to be enough? The Winston's already gone. The Lucio's already gone.
Yeah, Genji's doing.
There goes the Genji. There goes the Ana. And there goes Sojourn. That is a 3-0 sweep for GCU. We get another one, ladies and gentlemen.
Back-to-back nights for GCU.
Back-to-back full sweeps, 3-0. And there goes the Boma play once again. That Zarya is deadly.
Take a look.
Oh, that fun little twitch there where they used the overclock and the graviton.
Team kill, team plays all around. GCU coming out. I'm saying it again. Picking up exactly where they left off last night. This is exactly what we love to see. This is the momentum that they need. I don't think they're going to slow down right now.
I think this comp that they've essentially perfected this comp that they have put into play here with that Zarya, Reaper, Sojourn, Kiriko, and Lucio. That is just what pays off well for them. And that aggression on King's Row, that was honestly my favorite. Just getting to watch GCU push them so far back, and then, oh, that poor Graviton on their spawn. That was tragic.
It was fun overall to watch this. Takeaways, exactly what we took away from it last night. This is great for GCU's momentum going farther into this NECC league right now, and maybe we can see a little bit more of it with the ABC soon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that you're right. This composition, it's working.
It makes me wonder, since like our Overwatch varsity is in 2 different tournaments right now that I know of, and so there's like the Activision Blizzard Collegiate Cup, and then there's here at the NECC. And so NECC, like our scores weren't quite doing so well, but then Activision Blizzard, they're skyrocketing. They are doing like so well, and it makes me wonder if they maybe tested this comp
over in ABC.
In ABC, and then maybe they were trying other comps here in NECC, and then decided let's switch it over.
Yeah, and
so
I mean, if that was the plan, you're doing a good job. It's working. Keep doing it.
Yeah, that comp is so much fun to watch, and there's so much action in it too. Like, there you've got characters moving all around the board. Whether you've got Kiriko rushing in behind her teammates, you have Lucio wall riding, you have Reaper with the teleports, you have Zarya being able to cover.
Sojourn's slide is huge.
Yeah, honestly, it's incredible, and I love being able to see this comp really pull off for them. And just being here since day one of the NECC and being able to watch each of these matches, you can really see how much the team has grown and what changes they've made, and just the excitement behind it. Like, I am excited for them. I cannot wait to see how all of this plays out, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more Overwatch games in the future as well, and hopefully be able to cast them. The world might never know.
Yeah, but other things we want to take a note of, we have a new series coming up. A new Purple Rain series. If you guys haven't heard about it, it's a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah, GCU's Purple Rain is our all-women's Valorant league. Starting February 20th, 2023, open registration starts January 7th and goes until February 10th. If you'd like to know more and join the Discord, feel free to scan that QR code. It is a $5,000 prize pool presented by Rockstar.
Yeah, obviously.
Rockstar taking good care of our esports program. Gotta love them. And this is definitely something you don't want to miss. This is very big for the esports scene, and I'm looking forward to seeing the different teams that are going to be participating. And overall, like, Valorant has been very big here at GCU. Yeah. It's nice to see that we are now going to be doing this Purple Rain series.
I think it's a great opportunity for those who are interested in it. Obviously, you come out with maybe $5,000. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of money.
$5,000. Like,
I think it is split between the team, but still, it's
yeah.
Just like,
I mean, if you think about it, like
$5,000.
That's still a hefty chunk of change for everybody.
Yeah.
So
definitely, if you guys are interested in that, use that QR code, sign up. You can even just look up GCU Esports Discord channel and just join that. It's public for everybody to join. So do that if you're interested. There's more information. Always new announcements coming out and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, upcoming, we should be having some more Valorant streams here too. Yeah, we're gonna have our NECC quarterfinals. The time will be to be determined, but we're expecting it to be November 14th. And then we have our Firefox Friday every Friday, and so we will be expecting. There will be no Firefox Friday tomorrow, unfortunately. Obviously, holiday, everyone wants to go out and just kind of enjoy the time with their families, and I hope you guys do as well. And so other than that, I think
that's it.
I think, yeah, that ends it off for tonight, and leading off with an amazing victory and some amazing news to bring to you guys about the Purple Rain. It was an awesome night, and I hope you all enjoy your evening, and I will be back with you very soon. So, hope you guys enjoy your evening, and that is all for tonight.
That's all?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Good night, guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Lopes up!